Good afternoon, athletes. Today I want to show you what we call, it's one of our foundation routes for CT runs. It's oftentimes called the shot put run. It's 6 miles long. Sometimes it's also referred to as the Green Apple Loop, but that's a story for another day. So here's Seven Lakes High School. The farthest athletes will go all the way out to here, and I'll show you the details here in about 2 seconds. So typically on a CT run, we will do our warm-up, maybe our lunge matrix, leg swings in this respective area. You can see it's called the shot put run or shot put route, or simply the shot put, because this is where we start. So after you do your lunge matrix conversation with your coach, you'll go ahead and run ultimately along the edge of the parking lot, get on the sidewalk. I know you generally cut right through here, that's fine. Just be careful in case it's been a rainy day. This has a tendency to get kind of swampy. And then you just truck through here, and I have you cut through here. It would be nice to kind of come through here, but I know that as an athlete you tend to just run that and cut that, so that's fine. It's not going to make a difference ultimately too much if you just pay attention to the other details. So some athletes like to go up to Fry Road and then along Fry Road and then do a curlicue down. What I don't like about that is early in your CT run you make a sharp curlicue type down a steep slope like that, you might have a tendency to tweak something. So this is a run. If you start here and you truck between the water treatment facility in the neighborhood, it's going to allow you to get into your run much more easily. So the half mile is just after the tunnel underneath South Fry Road. It is in your best interest to, I have it along the sidewalk, which is fine. You get some up and downs there. But I would like it if you ran the grass on this, stay up top on the grass along this part as well, especially that flat grass that's nice and low, been mowed down. Alright, once you get to this respective spot here, you can see I have you going through the tunnel, and once you get through the tunnel you get right on over here by the apartment complex. That's your 1 mile mark. That's your 1 mile. So kids that are running 2 miles, that's where you're going to turn around. You follow the basic path that we oftentimes follow. You'll come up here along Cinco Ranch Boulevard, turn left, and then your 3-mile athletes, you're going to go beyond. There's this little path here, extension with a little bench. You're going to go beyond that, okay? If you're counting houses, it's going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4th house. Once you get to the 4th house, that's your 1.5 mile turnaround. Alright, keep on trucking along the Lake Loop part of this shot put route. Okay, as you get close to the large extension bridge right here, you'll turn right, and right before you start heading down, okay, and down the lowest part here, this is a 2 mile. This is your 2 mile mark right here. Alright, this area sometimes can get kind of slippery as you go from high ground to low ground, and this park right here has a tendency to be inundated with water, especially during our cross-country season. So just be careful of potentially slippery mud, mildew, that sort of thing. So we are going to keep on trucking. I want you to go ahead and cross at this bridge right here. I think it makes for a smoother, and then you're going to take a right. It makes a smoother transition. Okay, alright, so once you get to the tunnel, that's your 2.5 turnaround. So athletes who are going 5 miles, you would turn around here once you get into the tunnel and retrace your steps as an out and back route. Alright, then those that are going further than that, you will continue to run all the way up and around the loop right here, come by the park, This is the Sinker Ranch 2 park at Cedar Grove. You have a little playground area. That's your 3-mile mark right there. Now you're not going to stop there and go back. You could, that's fine, and retrace your steps. However, if you're like me, you like a little bit more kind of variation in your visualness on your run, keep on heading south. You're going to take a right, do the curly Q, don't cut through here, do the curly Q, come back through the tunnel at Sinker Ranch Boulevard, and keep on heading along the west side of the bayou. Obviously, if you wanted to go 7 miles, here's your 3.5. It's right before the sidewalk. This would be the 1 to 3rd sidewalk entrance in this neighborhood. You could make that an out and back run and just purely retrace your steps. But in this case, we're not going to necessarily do that. We're just going on a 6-mile run. So you keep on heading south, keep on heading south, and you'll cross at this bridge right here. You're going to take a left and head along the back parts of these homes. Your 4-mile mark is just after the cul-de-sac. Okay, that's your 4-mile mark right there. Alright, and you're going to keep on running, stay on the west and ultimately the south side of the lake. Take the longer extension like we always do. You're going to run by the gazebo. You're going to run right on through here. Okay. Now it is equidistant. Okay. If you run here and come through this area, it's equidistant, so that's an option. And then you're going to curly Q right on back through. Okay. Right before you get to that little curly Q back through the tunnel at Spring Green, that's your 5-mile mark right there. So split your watch, come on through. At this point in time, you're going to retrace your steps. Okay. Alright. All the way back. So again, you're at 5.5 right there. And heading all the way back to the shot put. Typically after our CT runs, we might do strides on the track. You want to get there as quickly as you can, so that way we keep that as a part of our training system and we don't get too tight within our body after our run. Other options, real fast, if you get to this specific spot and you want a variation of this, you could continue to run 1/2 mile here. Okay, this could be another 1/2 mile along this spot, and ultimately your 6 would end up right here. Alright, so I hope this helps. You can obviously turn this easily into a longer run. Okay, for example, if you wanted to go on a 10-mile run, you could go all the way, do exactly what we told you to do, get to the 5-mile mark, and then head all the way back, retrace your steps, which is fine too. But this is your shot put route. Okay, awesome. All right, have a great day.